Hello guys and welcome back to this channel with Raven Reinhardt, and we are back again with Digimon card games content. Knowing the English version of the TCG is gonna catch up with the Japanese version with the what was it, Special Booster 2.5 was it, which includes BT20 and half of the BT19 of the Japanese version. Today we're going to talk about the Alphamon deck. So Alphamon Ouryuken, the SR Ace of BT20 is it's not one, it's actually the most expensive SR deck. The most expensive SR card of the set, going up to 1480 yen a piece. The card itself actually has quite an interesting effect with its on-play on-evolve minus 15k, and if it's DNA digivolving, it can trash your opponent's top security and recover your own. Additionally, it has the alternates once per turn. When security stacks are removed from, you gain 3 memory. This is quite a pricey tax. And how do we optimize this card? Since the BT20 comes with the Chronicle archetype, this Dorumon, the Chronicle archetype, but personally, I don't think the Chronicle engine is the way to go, as it is quite a streamlined deck. Although it does have immunity, but the streamline of the deck is just, for me, it's quite too slow, and considering the current meta filled with RP Imperial Dramon, and we still have Takemikazuchi. Purple Hybrid is going down in numbers since RP Emperor is going into the picture. But yeah, oh, and with Axel Chaosmon. So I think this engine I'm showing you guys here is one of the answer to optimize the Alphamon Ouryuken. So we are going to first we are going to go over the list, and then I'm gonna show you a small clip, something about like how to quickly finish the game with this deck. I dubbed this deck the Takemikazuchi at home. So we are we're gonna skip the options and tamers for now. We're just gonna go to the Digimons first. So here we have 2 of the Chronicle Dorumon. It has the on-play reveal top 3, add 1 X antibody trait card, and 1 tamer or option with Chronicle trait. The option and tamer of Chronicle trait would be a whiff, but 1 card with X antibody trait means you can add every single thing in the deck. Additionally, you can also add X antibody protoform. The ESS is just a bonus. I have this Dorumon in the deck for the Searcher and the fact that it's called Dorumon, so I can go into Dorumon for 2 cost. Next, we have the bread and butter Dorumon, the BD7, your usual Searcher, and the inherited effect of gaining 1 memory when a Digivolution card is slotted under this Digimon. And then we have the BD9 Dorumon, discard 1 card with X antibody trait to draw 2. Why do I have 4 of these and 2 of the Searcher? It is as simple as some of the cards in this deck is unsearchable, such as Mega Digimon Assembly, Memory Boost, and of course Cool Boy, the core of the deck, is unsearchable by the Dorumons, so we're gonna have to get the draw too. Next, as you can see, this is the old Alphamon package, but using the new Dorumon. We use the SOC Dorumon since it has the on-evolve, discard, and draw 1. It is quite important, and the alternate DP plus 1k is useful sometimes. We do have the old Dex Dorumon for additional memory. I see people running 3 of these and 1 of the new decks. That's a preferences. If you would like to run one of the new decks, that's fine too. But personally, I would like to run 4 of the old decks to just ramp up the memory. And then we have, unfortunately, we still have to bring this Dorugreymon since this Dorugreymon is still limited. But this Dorugreymon shows quite a powerful potential with the inherited effect, as it places one Digimon card with X antibody trait from your hand under this Digimon as bottom Digivolution card at the end of the turn. And as how the ruling says, if you slot in Dorumon, the newly slotted Dorumon's ESS actually activates. So if you use this Dorugray's end of turn to slot in this Dorumon, you would actually get 1 memory, and that is something noteworthy. And we of course we would have the limited Dorugreymon for the delicious security attack +1. We have the Dex Dorugreymon, just 2 of them. This is for an additional draw and ramping memory. The removal is kind of a bonus, if I would say so myself. We have the new Ouryuken, just 2 of them. I bring 3 Alphamon instead, because we would want Alphamon. You will get what I mean when I show you the video after this, when I show the clip. And then we would have the old Ouryuken, 2 of them, mainly for the ESS, for the inherited effect, that at the end of attack, if this Digimon has Alphamon in its name, it would unsuspend. We would need that extra attack later on, and of course the Ouryuken, 3 of them. For the option and tamers lineup, we would have 2 Protoforms. Protoform actually ranging from 1 to 2. We don't use the normal X antibody because we want we would want the discount evolution. -1 from the XPF is important. And then we're gonna skip this first. We have Black Memory Boost and Black Training at 3 each. I think if you want, you could remove XPF, one of them, to get into the 4th training. I run this list because I only have 3 defense training at the moment. We have 4 Cool Boy. This is the bread and butter of the deck. We draw everything we need using Cool Boy. Not the search, we need a draw and a memory. Yujimusha is actually quite debatable. You can actually change this with, I think, almost anything else. But Yujimusha is quite a good addition to the deck. But in most of my OTK adventures using the deck, I don't see Yujimusha seeing lots of play, but it does see some function in the deck. And then we are finally talking about the arguably strongest card in the deck, Mega Digimon Assembly. While your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon, you may ignore this card's color requirement. But it doesn't really matter, because you have Cool Boy, which is white, so you fulfill the color requirement of Mega Digimon Assembly anyway. The main effect is, for 4 cost, 1 of your level 6 Digimon and 1 card in your hand may DNA Digivolve into a level 7 in your hand, and which means if you have 1 level 6 on your board, you can just use Assembly to go into Ouryuken. Paying 4 of course, but since Ouryuken's on DNA Digivolve with trash opponent's top security and recovers your own, the altern triggers and gains you 3 memory, so basically Mega Digimon Assembly only costs 1 and gets you a new Jogress Digimon unsuspended and can attack. Of course we would have the egg, the old Doraemon for the extra draw. We need all the draws we can get. So the general idea of the deck is basically like Takemikazuchi. Like, you search your parts, you search whatever you need, and then once you go in and you go combo into your Ouryuken, I'd say 80% of the time you would have finished the game. And if that doesn't give you a clear image on the gameplay of the deck, we're gonna change screen right now and I'm gonna show you the combo that I'm talking about. So here we go. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. This is how we're gonna do it. We are gonna be starting the turn at 1 memory. Of course, this is assuming you have the perfect hand, but if you don't, I'll get to that. So we're gonna assume we have 3 securities and our opponent still has 5. We would have a Dorugamon in our raising area with the BT7 Dorumon as the ESS, of course with the Doraemon and the egg, and 1 cool boy for 1 memory. This is what we are going to do. Of course, draw for turn. I'm gonna place the cards that we draw here so we can see how many cards we draw in this turn. So, raising phase, we promote our Dorugamon, and then we evolve into a Dex Dorugamon for 0 memory. Draw from evolve. Draw from evolve, and then first things first, you suspend Cool Boy to gain 1 memory and draw 1. And then using the Dorugamon effect to discard an X antibody from your hand. Yeah, I forgot 1 extra card to discard. To discard a Dex or X antibody from your hand. Discard 1 to gain 1 memory, which means we are at 3 right now. And then, for 3 memory, we go into Dorugamon, moving to 0, draw. Wait, yeah, draw here. On evolve effect, we would place this Dorugamon under the stack and gaining immunity to deletion and minus DP. And since we slot something under the stack, the Doraemon and the Dorumon would trigger, gaining 1 memory, and then dropping 1 more. Next, we would use X Protoform from our hand, slotting it under the stack to evolve our Dorugamon into Alphamon for 2 cost, giving it 1 on the opponent's side. Draw from evolve, and then on evolve, we will recover 1. Okay, so now our turn is basically over. Our turn is basically over. So what we want to do is we use the end of turn of Dorugamon to slot in another Dorumon under the stack, pulling the memory back to 0. So it's still our turn. And then with this stack, you attack the opponent. Since we have the limited Dorugamon on the inherited effect, this Alphamon would do 2 security checks at 12 KDP, which means we would hit 2 of our opponent's security, leaving them at 3. If the Alphamon dies from the battle somehow, we can just trigger the barrier and protect ourselves twice at worst. Now, to finish the game, this is where we pull out the Mega Assembly, giving our opponents at 4, and DNA Digivolving. Oh no, this has to be on top. DNA Digivolving our existing Alphamon with the BT8, was it? With the BT8 Ouryuken in our hand into Alphamon Ouryuken, drawing from Evolution, and then its effect discards opponent's security and recovering our own. As it discarded the opponent's security, we gain 3 memories, so it's 1 at the opponent's side. And since it's still at the opponent's side, we will proceed to the end of turn. Since Alphamon Ouryuken is a DNA Digivolved Digimon, it is treated as a new Digimon altogether, so the inherited effect of Dorugamon would activate again. at this point, you have drawn from evolution and all the extra draws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have drawn a total of 7 cards outside of the combo pieces that I used for this. So we can just like slot in 1 extra stuff, and the inherited effect of Dorumons would trigger again, gaining me 2 memory and then drawing 1 again. So we have a total of 8 draws. So in the middle of the way, if you are lacking combo pieces and you're feeling manly, you can just like come out of raising and just try to pull your answers along the way. So we declare attack with the Alphamon for 2 checks, shaving our opponent's security to 0, and then end of attack, or you would unsuspend the Alphamon and just hit for game. That's generally how the combo goes. So as I said, it's basically Takemikazuchi at home, and all that when you're at 1 memory. Although it does require quite a hefty amount of combo pieces. As I said, the deck draws so much, you can just draw your answer in the middle of the way. And back again, it was at 1, so if our opponent gave us like 2 or 3, there's a lot of other things we can do. So that's my take on the Alphamon Ouryuken deck of BT20. This is my take on the deck that does not run the Chronicle engine. So if you guys have any other suggestions on how to optimize the card or the deck further, yeah, just drop a comment and let's discuss how we can make this deck better. So I guess that's it for today's video. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.